We back with another reflection on the TDV. This episode, this reflection that I've been thinking about since this morning is how there is this view of someone that takes up a spiritual practice that maybe doesn't party as much as their friends. Maybe wakes up early to prioritize starting the day with a foundation of spiritual study. Maybe practices honesty in speech. That maybe tempers their excitement in life. There is this thought that person might be, muted or uninteresting. But it's said within this philosophy that a true Vedantic, can fit in anywhere. Can find themselves having a blast on the bachelor party at 1 a.m. if that's what service to your friendship calls for. And maybe you're actually having a better time than most because you only had 1 or 2 drinks that you nursed throughout the night, or maybe none. But you are so unattached from needing the night to go a certain way, so focused on how can I serve my friend, that you're having the best time of anybody, all the way to a corporate seminar that your friends are just yawning at. And you're sitting there, jotting down notes, seeing what could you take away that might be valuable 8 months down the road, 3 years down the road, perhaps even in the midst of irrelevant stuff 30 minutes before, irrelevant stuff 30 minutes after. But one key insight, that's worth an hour. A true Vedantic can fit in anywhere. I was recently at one of my best friend's weddings. And there was the rehearsal dinner the night before. I don't really drink, so I'll have a drink here and there, but for the most part, I just love getting up in the morning and feeling great. And there's this view within this philosophy. It's so beautiful of don't try to renounce the lower, just attach to the higher. Don't try to renounce drinking. That's kind of silly. Just to push something away without any reasoning behind it. Attach to the higher. Attach to feeling how amazing it feels to wake up in the morning when all your friends are hungover and you feel great. That's the way to transcend prior behavior, is just attach to the higher. The lower falls away. And once I started in life, 7, 8 years ago, to attach to, I feel off every morning after even just 2 or 3 drinks. And 1 drink is kind of pointless because you don't feel a buzz from it. I just don't love the way I feel with anything kind of carbonated anyhow. So it's like, 1 drink is kind of pointless. There's no real benefit to that. Rather have something else. I love virgin pina coladas. I ordered one of those at this wedding, for example. But the rehearsal dinner had a blast. Fully there, gave a toast that I'm not going to say it. I'm going to restate what was said to me, that it crushed. And this person that delivered that news to me is an honest person. But then the next morning, pickleball. Not here to gloat, just going to say because I didn't drink and went into pickleball energized, ended up winning the pickleball tournament with my buddy Charlie. Shout out Chuck. We took him down, didn't we? Then go into the wedding night on the dance floor, dancing up a storm. Not performatively, not out of insecurity, but really out of attachment to the higher, just knowing after dinner, moving the body is so good for us. That's the point of dancing. Move the body. Feel amazing afterwards. Get those 10, 15,000 steps because you went out on the dance floor. So great to move the body. We are just built to release a cascade of feel-good chemicals when we move the body in a rhythm. It is so sad that we kind of reduce dancing to some kind of like a provocative, exhibitionist, performative act to do on a dance floor that people are nervous about. Instead of just get out, move your body, because it's a friggin' pharmacy in there, and you're going to make some great neurochemicals by doing it. But dance till whenever, I think 11:30, didn't go out that late. The wedding night, ended up back in bed, felt great Sunday morning. And every moment of that weekend was fitting in. A sidebar to that is a friend of mine, when he heard me order I said, could I get a virgin pina colada? And I said, but don't tell my friends it's virgin, because they were all there. They could hear it. Some chuckles, but a friend of mine at the other side of the table, of probably 16 of us, 17 of us in this huge table, a friend on the other side, Luke, he kind of says something across the table 2 or 3 minutes later. James, you don't drink anymore? And I said, no, I don't drink that much. I'll have a drink here and there, but no, I love virgin pina coladas. And he gave me this look. And knowing my buddy, he's my friend's older brother, knowing that he's struggled with alcohol for several years, not only can you fit in anywhere, but you could be a light within your community by not only fitting in, by being there in that moment, but in the midst of a wedding weekend with a lot of imbibing and indulgence around alcohol. I could see something switch in his mind where he's like, okay, there's one example of someone that's having fun, doesn't drink. And you hear this all the time, especially in the last few years here in LA, when a lot of people have chosen not to drink, that they have just as much fun. They didn't think they would. It's like not knowing that you'd love a vacation until, to a certain city until you go there. You don't know whether you're going to dig it, but then once you discover, you do. It's like I just heard John Mayer, the guitarist, say that when he stopped drinking, he didn't have all of the highs, but he also didn't have any of the lows. And this line felt like, it's not as dynamic because it doesn't have the highs or the lows. But then over time, he discovered all these social circumstances where he thought he needed a drink. He would have fun without it. And he saw the entire line instead of the highs and the lows. But the flat line, he started to see the entire line start to rise. The line would get higher and higher to where, whether it was going to pick up laundry or whether it was going to a wedding for a friend, the entire line, the entire day, every circumstance was just better. And that gets to the heart of what this philosophy says. A true Vedantin fits in anywhere. Isn't just there, it's not a wallflower, but the vibration is so high, is so sensitive to what's required in that moment, that whether it is dry cleaning or a wedding, not only do you fit in, but you're fully content with either and anything in between. That is today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic. We'll see you next time.